Bitcoin follows a very predictable 4-year pattern. But what if I told you the bear market is already over for Bitcoin when you price it in gold? And we have a 4-year cycle because we have a 4-year halving. Approximately every 4 years, the Bitcoin rewards are cut in half, and this is the rate at which new Bitcoins are created, and it gets slashed by 50%. Which has then given us a very predictable 4-year cycle. You can see here with this 9,300% gain, we typically get a year-long bull market, followed by a year-long bear market. Then we get our year-long accumulation phase, followed by our year-long growth phase, and then we repeat the cycle. 1 year bull market, 1 year bear market. And if the 4-year cycle still holds true, well, Bitcoin topped in October, and that's it, folks. It's going to be down for a year. But I said it's already been down for a year when you price it in gold. And if you look right here, Bitcoin priced in gold actually peaked in December of 2024, and we've been falling for the last 354 days. So in today's video, we're gonna look, can this 4-year cycle actually work when you price Bitcoin in gold? And is there a sneaky chance that it's actually following the 4-year cycle a lot more closely when you don't price in USD? Because right now, as we speak, gold is almost at an all-time high. It's only down 3% from the previous all-time high. Silver hit a new all-time high today. If we go to the 1-hour chart, you can see this happened 2 hours ago. So silver is surging, gold's near an all-time high, and I think that's why JP Morgan, they're looking at Bitcoin's gold target is $170,000 per Bitcoin. Now, when you look at the market caps of these assets, that gives Bitcoin a very huge upside. Right now, gold's market cap is nearly $30 trillion, while Bitcoin's market cap is under $2 trillion. So that means Bitcoin can do a 15x, and it would still be worth less than gold. But I think JP Morgan and other smart investors, they see that gap narrowing over the following years. Now let's do quick back of the napkin math. What if Bitcoin were to do a 15x? What are we looking at here? So Bitcoin's current spot price, 89,300. So if we multiply 89,300 by 15x, we're looking at a $1.3 million Bitcoin. So Bitcoin over $1 million a coin. Well, let's go into the charts and see, does this actually ring true, or is this just an outlier? Because this is Bitcoin priced in ounces of gold. Right now, 1 Bitcoin is worth about 21 ounces of gold. That's down from the all-time high in December of 2024, when 1 Bitcoin was worth 41 ounces of gold. But let's get back to this 4-year cycle. So we have a bull market for a year, bear market for a year, sideways, slight growth, repeat. So actually, I went and I back tested all of the data here, and what I found was pretty surprising here. So we're gonna go all the way back to 2014. Yeah, it works that far back here. So in 2014, we had very close to a year-long bear market. So remember, bull for a year, bear for a year, sideways, sideways, repeat. So in 2014, it fell for 13 months, 404 days. Bitcoin would fall 87% against gold. Now let's fast forward to the next bear market. That's going to be the 2018 bear market. And there, Bitcoin would fall 83% against gold. Now this one was 1 day away from a year exactly. And I zoomed in, and I mean, we look close in 364 days, and I could probably slide the thing to make it look exactly, but let's just be as accurate as possible. So it fell 83%, 4% less than 87%, takes us to the next bear market that's going to be 22. Bitcoin would fall 75% against gold. That's 8% less than the previous dip. So we fell 4% less, then we fell 8% less, 83 to 75, suggesting maybe we're going to fall 16% less than 75%, which gives us a 59% drawdown. Well, if you look at the current stats, current data at the charts, we have fallen for 354 days, very close to a year, and we have fallen 50% against gold, so very close to the 59% target. So just to summarize, the 4-year cycle is still holding true for Bitcoin, and we actually just got over the year-long bear market. Now you could say we're close enough, maybe not quite. We're looking at 11 days away, so a week and a half away from 365 days. You're looking at the 17th of December, so close enough here. So in my humble opinion, I do think Bitcoin is going to claw back some of the losses it experienced against gold. I don't know if that means gold is going to trade sideways or maybe even go higher, dragging Bitcoin along with it, pulling Bitcoin up, or maybe Bitcoin, pumps while gold dumps. I think that's going to be a very, very important metric to look at moving forward. Now, last thing I want to show you is the following year after the bear market against gold. The first one, we're going back to 2015 here. Bitcoin would pump 225% against gold. If you look at the following one, this is going to be the 2019, supposed sideways year, the accumulation phase. Bitcoin pumped 100% against gold. And then the following bull, accumulation phase, Bitcoin pumped 100% against gold. And so if we were to look here, just doing the quick math, pumping 100% against gold, that puts us back at the previous all-time high, 41 ounces of gold per Bitcoin. And if you want to know what does that look like for a Bitcoin price, 41 times 4,246 gives us, for Bitcoin, a potential target of $174,000, right in line with JP Morgan's assessment, folks. So that's my breakdown for the bear market being over. That is very true, but you do got to price it in gold. And some say that's the better metric because we know where USD is heading. That's straight to the toilet. So I'm DZ. Hopefully I'll see you and your Bitcoin that you price in gold at the top.